Hello, everybody. It is your girl, Margot. I'm triggered, only slightly. Of course, I have my Chaos Gremlin. You know her, you love her, we all love her. Hello, Chaos Gremlin. Would you like to say hello to everybody?
Evening, everyone.
We're having a little bit of a mic situation. We're having some sound issues, so you will have to forgive us. This is our second podcast. This is my second podcast. We are trying our best. We are working with what we have at the moment. For some reason, the Chaos Gremlin's microphone has decided to be quite quiet, so I've asked her to speak as loudly as she can.
I will.
So today we are talking about empowerment.
Oh, yes.
Ladies, men, everyone. It's not just about women. Everyone. We're talking about everyone here. So we're talking about empowerment. We're talking about boundaries. We're talking about finding yourself after experiencing situations that have been a bit weird, uncomfortable. We've all been there. That you think, I'm not going to do that again. And we all have those. So we're going to share some, I call them situations. You like that?
Yeah, I do. In so many situations.
So first off, let's all talk about the elephant in the room for one. Empowerment, boundaries. So I've had a really hard weekend on foot. I've had to let go of a friendship. I've had to, which was really difficult. I've had to set some boundaries for myself, which I've done before, but it's always really hard. I mean, it's a really brave and really hard thing to do because it's easy to go along with things that are uncomfortable just for an easy life, but at the end of the day, that's not real. And it doesn't make you happy.
So true to yourself.
Yeah. And I've learned
everyone else.
Yeah, and I learned that from you, to be honest, because let's talk about your own situations where you've had to learn. Let's talk about your empowerment and your boundaries. Give us a story, Chaos Gremlin.
Goodness. I've met people that have empowered me to a certain extent, but they wanted something in return. And coming and growing, you understand that you're being used, and that hurts. And
that sounds painful.
Yeah.
So let's get deep with it. You had a long-term friend who you really loved, but it was an unhealthy, toxic relationship, which you didn't realize until you did. So let's get into it, Chaos Gremlin.
Oh my goodness. I was in a vulnerable position because my marriage broken down, and I wanted to find myself. And I will admit that the person that came across did help me to find myself
in certain aspects.
Yes, definitely in certain aspects. But it came with a price. There were conditions attached. And when I realized that, I was like, oh no, I don't want that.
I don't like this situation.
I'm not that person.
It's like a breakup. It feels like a breakup when you have to end a friendship because of your morals and your beliefs. It's really hard because you can really care about somebody and you want the best for them, And there's no hatred, there's no nastiness behind it, but you just have to set that boundary for yourself because you are empowering yourself that way. I honestly believe that. And that's what I had to do this week. Yeah. And it was really hard to find yourself. Yeah. I have found myself, which is why I set that boundary. Because I just got to a point where I said, I can't do this anymore. Finding yourself is so important. And putting yourself first when it's important to. Yeah. Not always, because you have to be there for the ones you love when they need you. Absolutely. But you have to put yourself first because you cannot look after you cannot, what's the phrase? You cannot offer a drink to anyone if your cup is empty. Yeah. Yeah, totally. You can't help anyone if you have nothing left in you. Yeah. And it takes, when you're a sensitive person, an emotional person, an empath, a very deep feeling person, you have real reactions to these situations that others might not. Yeah. It goes into your core. Yeah, and it hurts. But you feel every essence of that. Yeah. And I think that not everyone feels that way. And the people that maybe don't understand that. Yeah. So they think you're just being cold or you're just being, nasty. But really, you're just setting a boundary because this isn't a healthy situation for you and you need to get out of it. And it's important for empowering yourself. It blows my mind that there are people that do not have those feelings and come from compass. Yes, but they don't dream. They don't. Then they're just. I mean, it's crazy because you can't. Everyone can only experiences their own version of reality. Absolutely. So we cannot ever know what is in somebody else's mind or how somebody else is viewing the world. Mm. But I always try to see the best in everyone that I come across. Yeah. I've always been that way. Yeah, well, I've learned from you. Yeah. You've been an amazing role model. Sometimes I think that because the way we are, that people don't like us because we have that. And they feel judged. Yeah. Because they don't understand, the amount. Yeah, so I can say because it's not. They're not wrong. It's just they're not wrong. It's just it's their reality. Yeah. It's their reality, which they're entitled to. But that doesn't mean you have to have them in your space if it's making you unhappy. Yeah. You surround people. Yeah, and you fill your community with love and people that give what's the word? Receptive. Yeah. Okay, it's give and take. So if I'm going to give, I expect to take as well. So if I'm going to give you everything, I want it back. If I'm going to give you love and support and affection and understanding, then I want that back. Yeah. And if I don't get it, if you're not filling up my cup as much as I'm filling up your cup, then I don't want your cup. I'm going to smash your cup into a million pieces and never look at it again. Because let's not forget, we are also sassy. We're talking about, we are sassy. We're not up bullshit. We are true, genuine people, but do not mistake that for weakness, because we will set that boundary. And bubble away, bubble away, and then I will take everything out in the vicinity. Well, that's Gemini. Well, that's not healthy. I do not recommend. Statement for the podcast. I do not recommend to let things bubble and bubble away and explode like Mount St. Helens. I do not recommend that. I think you should sort things out before that happens, because otherwise it only creates drama. That's my little...
I'm very sad. Easygoing. Well, so easygoing. And there comes a point when it's like, enough is enough.
Yeah.
And I will take you down.
Oh, she said it, everyone. The chaos gremlin herself. So, empowerment. It means more about, it's not just about setting boundaries. It's about empowering yourself. When was the first time you really empowered yourself? When did you first feel truly like, oh, I am so powerful right now. Like, I am the shit. I am a sexual, beautiful being, and I'm on top of the world and nothing can stop me. Because we've all had those feelings. So when was yours?
Oh,
come on, it's story time. It's story time.
There'd been a lot of difficulties, and there was somebody who took me along to Glastonbury
Festival.
And I found myself. I was me. I was the chaos gremlin.
Dressed up in a tutu as a fairy queen.
Absolutely.
So I want everyone to hear about your Alice in Wonderland story. It's hilarious and you have to tell us.
Oh my goodness. I was with a really good friend and we'd had lots to drink. I have to say, a lot to drink.
Of course.
Absolutely.
You're having fun. You're out of your mind. You may have taken substances.
Everybody should go.
At least once.
Yeah, absolutely. And we went to Alice in Wonderland. And I'm a bit weird about Alice in Wonderland anyway.
Well, Alice in Wonderland is a fever dream. It is an absolute LSD trip. So come on, tell your story.
So we started going through a tunnel, and it was underground. Claustrophobia, problems from being under the floorboards as a child, but wires.
A family trauma episode.
This is a trauma episode because I was underground in a
bloody hole.
Underground. We were like crawling along in a tunnel.
Oh wow, like a trench.
It's like crawling through, and my friend was behind me, and I had a major panic attack because.
Why did you feel like you just stuck in a muddy hole at Glastonbury in a tutu dressed as a fairy? On alcohol and some other substances, perhaps.
I didn't anything.
So what got you through the hole, Mum?
My friend behind me was like, and she just kept pushing me forward and pushing me forward and pushing me forward. And I'm like, chill out, people are like, to me like, there.
So she ends up, after crawling through this muddy, tiny hole in a fairy outfit, she comes bursting out, full panic attack, to a group of chilled out people just lying in beanbags and touching each other, just having a sexy time. But after you came out of that hole, you pushed yourself and you had a friend that got you through it.
Thank goodness for my friend.
And you ended up in a really beautiful tent.
It was beautiful. It was magical.
Full of sexy people, sexy magical people.
Oh, you have to go to Glastonbury because it's just so beautiful and there's so many experiences. But when I got to it, you touched yourself
And you got to the other side.
beautiful.
So I'm gonna. This isn't a fun festival situation. This is something. No, this is something that happened yesterday. This is me in an MRI machine. So you're talking about claustrophobia. I never thought I had claustrophobia. I had my first MRI. My head was out of it, so I could see the world. I had like air blowing on me. It was fine. I felt weird. My brain felt weird. Like if you feel a storm coming or you're up high and your ears pop. I had that. But this time, when I went in yesterday, I was put in this. The machine was so much smaller. It was like when you go down one of those tube water slides and you have to cross your arms together because I'm not a big lady. I'm not a big person.
No.
Like I'm not skinny. Like I'm a curvy girl, but I was put into this and they put this cage, this like plastic cage on my head that had a mirror so I could see. The mirror was set so I could see the people doing it. And I just closed my eyes. Luckily they gave me music this time. I was listening to Heart Radio and something about Emma Bunton going roller skating and how I remember James Arthur played for a bit and I was like, oh god. And because they said, oh, is Heart Radio fine? And I was like, yeah, whatever. But I wish I'd been like, can you just put on Radio 1 or something? So I was listening to Emma Bunton talk about roller skating, and I could not. There was probably about 10 centimeters from the top. I was in this tube. I just had to close my eyes and breathe. And I thought immediately, I was like, I do not want to be buried. I said that as soon as I came out to you.
Did.
I was like, if I die before you, which obviously you don't want, but if I was like, I want to be cremated because fudge that. I do not want to ever experience that again. I really don't want to have to do it again because it was horrible. I kept myself really calm. I was in a lot of pain and they kept talking to me in the headphones saying, okay, we've just got another one. It's going to be about 3 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And at one point I said to them, I was like, oh, can we pause for a minute so I can readjust because I'm in a lot of pain? Because I can't lie flat on my back. I've got a big ass, haven't I? I've got a big ass. I've got that like kink in my back where my ass, like, I need like something
support.
I need a support because I can't lie flat. I've got a curve. They gave me something for my legs, like to put my legs up on. I felt like I needed to scooch down, so I tried to talk to them and they didn't reply. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm just stuck like this. Anyway, I get through it. I stay as still as possible because I just want to get it done. I come out and they're all so lovely. The doctors are so lovely and they're all around me.
Amazing.
And they take all the stuff off and I'm lying there and he said, okay, you can get up whenever you want. And I'm thinking, my back has seized. Like I needed a minute. And I said, I felt so embarrassed because I'm only 32. Almost my birthday, everyone. Almost 33. I needed a minute to really be able to get myself up without assistance. So then I stood up and it felt like the blood just rushed to the bottom of my body. I just went so dizzy. I felt cold. I started shaking and I had a full-on panic attack. And I could not believe it that I was fine in the MRI scan. But when I came out, I ended up having a full-on panic attack.
You were so pale.
I felt so stupid because they made me sit down and they gave me a drink and they gave me some tissues because I started crying and I felt like such an idiot because I'm like, why am I crying right now? They were so lovely. which just made everything worse because, you know, when people give you fuss and you're like, no, I just need to be left alone so I can just gather myself. If you keep fussing me, it's going to get worse. I'm going to cry. So, yeah, I just
so well.
Oh my God.
So well. You did so well.
But if anyone is listening to this and they have health issues, as two people, both of us, neither of us like going to hospital or the doctors. We are the last, like we wait till we're on death's door to actually go. But honestly, if you're suffering, you really do need to make that appointment whilst the NHS is still a thing, because that's what I worry about. Is I'm like, I need to fix myself before the world explodes. So we love the NHS. Shout out to the NHS. You are absolutely amazing people. Anyone that works in the NHS, so much respect.
Absolutely.
So much respect for you. Okay. Now you're getting a bit too.
You did.
You're being too nice.
No, absolutely. It's that whole stress of thinking.
Oh, can we talk about how creepy the hospital was at night time? I'm sorry, I just felt like the whole place was full of ghosts.
No, I loved being at the hospital
when it's quiet. So you enjoyed it. It was my worst nightmare.
Yeah,
but absolutely. I was so glad you came in because you were going to wait in the car.
I was,
but I was like, no, you're going to get cold. But anyway, I was glad. I felt really it was really creepy how quiet the hospital was at that time because it was 7 p.m. and every time we've been, it's always been so busy. So it did creep me out, made me nervous. But then after I had a panic attack, I was really grateful that it was so empty because I felt so embarrassed. Because when I was in there, I was absolutely like, I wasn't fine. I was like, oh my God, this is horrendous. Yeah. But when I got out, my body just reacted in such, I was not expecting it at all. It was crazy. Anyway, so boundaries, empowerment, and finding yourself. I found myself on FetLife. Honestly, when I left 5 years, you are the best. So I left a 5-year relationship, very unhealthy, very manipulative, very controlling, and I didn't want to go on Tinder. I didn't want to go on Bumble. I didn't want to do the boring dating stuff and, oh, how you doing? What you up to? Like the boring conversations. I was so not up for that. I was like, absolutely not. And then I remembered because when I was 18, that's the first time that I had a Fet account. And it was very basic back then.
I didn't.
No, of course you didn't know, because I kept
learning something from the scene.
Yeah, I had it. And I learnt a lot, and I've always been kinky, but I've always had, yeah, you're laughing because you're the same. I've inherited it from both my parents.
My dragon, you said
so everyone that's listening needs to know that my family, we are half Greek. We are an open family. We are so supportive and loud. I mean, we can have some crazy arguments, but we also love so strong.
Malaka.
Anyway, both my parents have always been kinky. I found out when I was an adult, and they just felt like they needed to overshare with me. As the eldest child, and an empath, or whatever you call it, I just ended up receiving all of the information.
Adult?
Yeah, I said that. I was an adult, but I was still like, okay, this is a lot of information. And sometimes I have to put my hand up and physically be like, stop talking. That's enough. Because boundaries. Yes, we're talking about boundaries.
Now families.
So,
mega boundaries.
Yeah, we're not.
But we are open.
Yeah, we are. And I love that about our family. We are very open. Did you hear that? My throat just made like a little weird noise. I wonder if just wondering if the microphone
It's not live.
No, we're not doing the live, love, 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 love. No, we're not basic bitches. Live, laugh, love. We're not doing live, laugh, love, laugh, laugh. We're not doing that.
Laugh.
No.
Oh, but I love to laugh.
You're so funny. Honestly, if you don't all fall in love with my mum, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Gotta laugh.
So we're going to talk about funny stories. So I was going to talk about Mystery Margot when I was at uni. Do you think they want to know?
My goodness.
And I learnt from this. It's the learning experience. So I was at university, and me and my best friend, she was my flatmate, we were in halls, and we went out on, it was a weekday. It was a weekday because I was so embarrassed. Oh no, I'm already cringing about the end. So obviously it was, it's a student city. They have events for students. We were students. So we snuck in we snuck into the walkabout where, there was this beer pong society. It was a group, and we weren't part of it, but we blagged our way in. So me and my best friend, we managed to blag our way into this beer pong society. And it was so much fun. It was upstairs in the walkabout, which was huge, and we were all just playing beer pong. And I see this guy, and he's really tall, and he's quite attractive. And I'm drinking beer because I'm fucking winning. I was losing free beer though. So who's the real winner? And then I start talking to him, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm feeling the vibes. So he came back to my halls, met all my flatmates, and he stayed the night. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm telling this story. So as soon as we start having sex, right, I am very aware that he has never done this before. Immediately, I was like, this man is a virgin. He does not know what he is doing. And I looked in his face, and he looked so excited, but also panicked. It was just horrendous. And then I spent the next, after we were done, I remember asking him, oh, are you interested in any girls? And then he talked about a girl back home that he had been talking to. And I was really trying to push, like, oh yeah, well, she sounds really good for you. Just making it so clear that I did not have any interest in him. And I had made a big mistake. I was being kind. So he left. I kicked him out because I had uni the next day. I actually had two of my course students, friends, coming to the house so we could do all of our stuff. And we were working on a project, so they were all coming to mine to work on this project in the kitchen. So, and it was a Tuesday, so it was the Monday. It was on a Monday that the beer pong society I broke into. Yes. So I kicked him out. Very kindly, I kicked him out, and I thought, okay, that's a funny story. I'll never hear from him again. Little did I know that he had left his wallet in my bedroom with his ID, his bank card, ID, everything. So I look at his ID and I see he's 18. And I was 20 at the time. So I felt horrendous. I felt like I've just taken this young boy's virginity, and now I have his wallet. What do? I deliberately did not give him my contact information. So then my friends come over and we start working on the project. I tell them what's happened. And I'm like, I've got his wallet. I don't know what to do. I tried to find him on Facebook because Facebook was the thing at the time.
Yeah.
And I found him, and I sent him a message saying, I've got your stuff. I will send it to reception because our halls had a reception team. So I wouldn't have to deal with it because I didn't know it. And then I get an email from the reception team of the halls saying, are you the mystery Margot? And that was the subject line. The subject title was, are you the mystery Margot? And I was like, oh, there's not many other fucking Margot's here. I was like, oh, so he came back. Obviously it's all locked in. It's all of our walls were like sealed up, locked in. You can't get in without buzzing. Yeah, so he obviously had to be buzzed in by reception, and he had said, so the email said, a young gentleman has come back this morning after having a very pleasant evening with someone named Margot. If he accidentally left his wallet and would like it back, please leave it at reception or contact. So and my friends, like, we're all studying, and I'm like, oh my God, guys, look at this.
Mortified.
So mortified. Luckily, my best friend took the wallet down and she said, my friend is Mystery Margot. Joint at the hip, and we caused so much mischief in those halls that they knew who it was. But what I didn't know is they had tagged everyone that lived in the halls that name began with M. Mary, Michelle, anyone whose name began with M. So that email was sent across all of the halls. So I was just horrified that all I wanted was a one-night stand, and I ended up being Mystery Margot. And they never, after that, they never stopped teasing me about it. And so what I learned from that story is, no matter how tall the man is, ask them how old they are.
Check out their ID.
They're a virgin. It's taking somebody's virginity when it's just a one-night stand. That's really, I was as nice as I could be, but it was awful. It was awful. Great time. Oh no.
I hope you did. Heart.
Honestly, it was so mortifying.
Truthful. Be empowered.
Well, I was empowered to tell my best friend, you take that wallet down to the office because I'm not showing my face. Absolutely no way was I doing that. So many stories. We learned today.
Be truthful.
Well, what do you mean be truthful?
Be honest.
Well, I think
you have to be honest.
I do think it
and empowered.
You're reading from the notes. She's looking at her notes, and she's written on her notes. She's written empowered, honest, truthful. So now she's just reading the bullet point.
Who I am.
I know it is who you are.
Because I've instilled that in you.
Of course
I need to be a little bit tipsy.
Yeah, a little bit.
I've got to get up really.
We have builders coming tomorrow, guys. We have builders coming at 8:30.
No, I don't
just going to hide in the lounge.
I hate builders. I hate them coming
into the house. Because we just have to hide in the lounge, because nobody knows what to do. When people come and work in your house, you never know what to do with yourself. So I'm just going to set my laptop up and I'm going to do some work, and we'll have the TV on, but they are not allowed in the lounge. That's the rule, because I am not getting out of bed.
But
we are looking to adopt a rescue pup.
Baby.
We are looking to adopt. Everyone knows, if you followed me for long enough, you'll know that we lost Bean in October. Yeah, and we grieved, and it was it's been really hard. I still dream about her, but we're not going into that. But we are ready we're ready to find another fur baby. A miniature pincer
from
Cyprus. Yeah.
and
rescued from Cyprus.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
So we appreciate anything.
Oh, are you asking?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for donations. It's fair enough.
Yeah. It's over £400.
The Chaos Gremlin has spoken. It's coming up for £400 for us to adopt this little pup. So,
love.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, my PayPal and my Throne will be tagged underneath in the comments, in the description. So if you can contribute to us adopting this beautiful little, she's called Honeybee, and I have a bee tattoo on the back of my neck. We just feel like
we have so much love that we can give.
Yeah, like we're just ready. We're just ready for it. Our
house is empty.
It doesn't feel like a home without a pup.
Yeah.
So we're ready. It's time. We've grieved, and nothing will ever replace Bean. But it's time to have a new addition.
Please help.
And
no.
Yes, it's really
hurt.
Stop it. You're going to make me cry.
No.
We're not crying. No. We're ending positive note. Come on, right. Chaos Gremlin, give everyone a motivational speech for the rest of the week. Come on, say something motivational that will keep everyone going for the rest of the week in this hellscape that we live in.
Haven't got anything to say that's nice. Don't say it.
That is what you have always told me. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I tried to do. But then some people push you to the point where you're like, okay, now I'm going to have to say something. So you leave me alone.
Rise above.
Rise above. Be the best person. No judgment. Just move on. The Chaos Gremlin has clearly had too much to drink tonight, but we have really enjoyed having our little conversation, and we love sharing with you guys. And we love to hear your feedback. We love to hear your responses.
Yeah,
as long as they're kind. Like the Chaos Gremlin said, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything. But we also, we appreciate constructive criticism. But also, this is new. We're still working on it. The sound is going to get better. The production's going to get better. I have a camera and I've got lighting. Eventually, we are going to film ourselves doing these podcasts.
I will have a disguise.
Yes, the Chaos Gremlin will be masked. She will be masked because she will forever be
incognito.
She will forever be a mirage. I hope you all have a lovely week, and I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. We're going to end it just before 45 minutes, which is out with the intro and outro. By the way, which I created. I also have a much better microphone, and I used to be a singer. I used to be a singer.
Make it work.
So I am going to start recording songs and making music as a side hobby. I'm not going to be posting anything unless...
My God, she has the most beautiful voice. If you want more...
Yeah, I'm cutting you off. Okay. I love you, but this is a boundary that I am creating for you to please stop. Look,
you're better than me.
You need to stop. I think you need to go to bed. I thank you once again for being the Chaos Gremlin that you are. I cannot control this woman, and we love it. And I love you. Yeah, I do. And it's terrifying, but also fun. Stop, which the microphone is picking that up, but you're just... Right, we're going. Love you all. Have a great week. And this has been Margot and the Chaos Gremlin. Good night.